Every leader is called upon to make decisions. Sometimes they're really tough decisions. Sometimes they're pretty basic, routine. Sometimes these are strategic, people-related. Sometimes it's board-related or outside forces. When you think about the decisions you have to make, you want to make sure that you show up as prepared as possible. Be very intentional about what's going on around you, looking for the real issues, not just the surface level stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff you know, but I wanted to remind you of this. Many times we're able to look at a decision we need to make and go with options. We got option A, B, C, sometimes more. Sometimes the option is to do nothing, to let this sit. Now, I don't necessarily like that decision because I like to take action. I like for my clients to take action moving toward what they want. But sometimes you have to wait and let it happen. But all too often, what I find is leadership decisions, they want to take the easy route. The easy route is usually not the right path. When I'm working with a leader, I want to help them understand what's in front of them. I want to help them look at those options carefully so that they can make a decision. I never make those decisions for them. Sometimes they ask for my advice. Maybe we can talk about those in different ways, but I'm never going to make that big decision that puts you off the hook. You have to make that decision. Now, many times, the decisions in front of us, we want to do what's comfortable or easy. I share all this with you because I was recently talking to a client of mine who had feedback from an employee who wasn't doing very well in his role. And in fact, it came back as he was dropping the ball, communication was lacking. In fact, not even sure where this issue is right now. Now that's something that this leader had to be able to understand and decide, how does he handle it? We went through the different options. We looked at, taking this away and handing it to someone else. We looked at him taking it away and keeping it for himself and just making sure that that was really taken care of the way that he expected the partner to be taken care of, or client. We looked at the other options about giving some feedback that would help that person grow. We looked at option D, do nothing. All of these were laid out on the table, and we ranked them. Which would be easiest and which would be hardest? Easiest would be do nothing. We knew that wasn't the right approach. Next easiest was to take it back himself. But as a leader, he knew that he couldn't just keep taking things away from people and doing it himself. You know that. We also looked at giving it to someone else. That could work. But we looked at the last one, giving the feedback that was necessary for a change in the way that person behaved and the way that person was showing up, not just for this opportunity and this client, but for everything in front of them. And what we ended up discovering in this coaching conversation was that the best decision was to do the hard thing, to give them the feedback, to give them a chance to process that and make a commitment toward the company and toward the area of communication and organization that was necessary to perform this job. And a few weeks later, I was checking in with him and I said, how are things going? He goes, oh, by the way, I got some feedback. It's going great. That employee has now, turned this around. He's communicating much better, and he's able to do this in a way that, the client was really happy. Now, I was really excited for this, and it reminded me that many times we as leaders have leadership decisions that we have to make, and most of the time, it's not the easy path. In fact, it's the hard path. It takes more time to do this. Sometimes you have to have the difficult conversation. Sometimes you have to completely rework things and put things aside to be able to handle this. And that's the hard thing. But 9 times out of 10, doing it the hard way is the right way. That's what I've seen. Now, your situation may be a little bit different, but I want to remind you, don't just shy away from the hard decisions. Don't just shy away because it's a little bit uncomfortable. Leadership is about doing these things. And most of the time, it's not the easy one. My name is Hammett. I work with a lot of fast growth leaders to help them be the leaders that their team deserves, to help them be extraordinary leaders, drive growth, increase the value of the company, and create a culture that really does drive the business forward. I do this all the time, day in and day out. I would love to help you with your business and what's going on next inside your leadership. I study fast growth companies, many of them on their Inc. 5000. You don't have to be on the Inc. 5000 to work with me, but you have to be driven. You have to want to be a better leader. And being a better leader means that you're willing to be challenged and be supported through coaching. That's what I do. If you want to sign up for a call with me, just go to genehammett.com and schedule your call. I'd love to talk to you about what's going on right now inside your business, support you through that, and really help you get the coaching you need to help you be the leader that your team deserves. When you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, lead with courage. We'll see you next time.